our founder are two professors from Berkeley. One is still our VP of engineering, and the other one is our CTO. And our CTO, David Keller, you may know about him because he's very well known for the wireless sensor and Internet of Objects. He's also the co-chair of the routing working group at the IETF. And it's really with, I would say, the adoption of Internet on platforms like Android or the iPhone that the mobile networking and mobile Internet is really taking ground. At the same time, you have to look at the cost as well. By looking, for example, at energy optimization for residential, you can say, oh yeah, maybe you will be saving €5 a month, but you need to buy equipment which will cost you €1,000. So here, once again, you have to look at the ratio, and cost is very important. At the same time, we are looking at technology to solve some of the challenge, or to help with some of the challenges the society is facing. And that means here, we look at the environmental, and for example, you may have heard about green IT and IT for green. And I want to differentiate both of them. The first thing is when we say green IT, just to give you an example, the CO2 footprint for ICT technology today is something like 2%, and it's expecting to grow up to 6% in 2020. Nobody can say ICT is not important, but at the same time we can say, okay, we need to take care that the CO2 footprint for ICT technology are under control. And that's what I call green IT. Versus IT for green, where I say, oh, why don't we use the ICT technology for the rest, the 98% rest, to improve environment. Remember ATM? Everybody was claiming, oh, ATM is the future. Where is it today? I mean, it's limited to some part of the network, mostly for DSL access. And at the same time, look at how the way the software upgrade is done. How often do you upgrade software on your platform? So here we are looking at the challenge. You want to put a device for 20 years lifetime. You want to put technology. You don't know if the technology will be there in 5 years from now. At the same time, you want to improve functionality and release new software. So that means you have to look at operation and make sure that the architecture we are putting in place can evolve over time at the lowest cost as possible. So what we are doing, in fact, we are just adding a new subnet to existing intranet or existing infrastructure of the IP network. From there, this is one of the other benefits of IP as well. Today, you have a single gateway. But the fact is, and smart grid is a good example, you want to aggregate 1,000 smart meter. And now you want to send all the smart meter information, not using ZigBee at the application layer, using IP. So what you will have to put in place is a translation gateway. And the translation gateway now is becoming a bottleneck and single point of failure. And if you want to do redundancy, then you have to create a stateful gateway, because now that means you need to do translation at the protocol layer up to the application layer, and if one fails, you have to transfer all state of information. So one of the initiatives from the European Union is a code of conduct for data center. So what the goal of the initiative is to decrease or to control the energy consumption from data center. And people are looking at data center and say, oh, you have the good energy, this is what all the IT equipment are using, and you have, I would say, the bad energy, which is all the energy in place for the cooling system and for the rest. And you look at the ratio, it's called power usage efficiency, and now we say, if you have a good ratio like 1.2, 1.3, we are good citizens. If you have a ratio of 3, you have something to do in your data center.